Hi, welcome to the class called How to Be an Actor, put on by Musical Theater Southwest. My name is Abby Van Gerpen, and through this class, we are going to be talking about all the tips and tricks and tools that best suit you to be the best actor that you can be. Now, I know that it's a pandemic right now. A lot of things are shut down, so you're probably thinking, why do I need to know this? Well, a lot of the real work occurs when you're not working. So great on you for taking this course and doing the work even though you're not working. Acting is about 95% preparation, and so that other 5% is what people see. So in this class, we're going to be talking about prepping for auditions, how to deal with nerves, headshots, resumes, agents, managers, acting profiles, where to find auditions, as well as how to create a character. We're going to give you all of the best tools so you can be the best actor that you can be. They say that if you desert your art for one day, it will desert you for 3. So make sure that you continue working on these things even after this class is done, so that when things are open again, you can go in freshly polished and ready to work. So the first topic that we're going to be talking about is what is acting? Usually to an audience, they just see people on stage having fun, memorize lines. Doesn't seem that hard, right? Absolutely not. A lot of people think of acting as the art of escaping, which it's definitely not that. It's actually investigating who we are as people and revealing that to others. Some people think that it's the art of doing, which can kind of be right, but it's actually the art of being. If you don't have yourself in the experience, if you don't have yourself in that character on stage or in film, no matter how well you understand that character, no matter how well you understand the material you're given, it just won't play. You have to be in that experience. You have to be being in the moment. And part of that comes from being authentic, which we're going to talk about more when we talk about becoming a character. But whether you're memorized or doing a cold reading, you have to act like you're not acting, which is insane. I know, but living and acting can be one and the same. They're so often separated. So we're going to learn how to combine those two so you can be the best actor and most authentic that you can be. So this next topic is why act? I mean, what's the point of it? We're just gonna. This topic is about why we act. Some people see it as a form of rebellion. I know, scandalous. It kind of represents danger and mystique. But that's because we're creating discoveries of ourselves and others and showing a mirror to the audience, which can be kind of uncomfortable, but really, really great for the actor. And same goes for the actor's awareness as well, for our own awareness. As we're playing characters and diving deep into that authenticity and what makes that character tick, we can also figure out things about ourselves too, which is really, really cool. Now, the one question that you really need to be asking yourself throughout this entire process of being an actor is, why are you doing it? You have to have that firm foundation because this business is really shaky. Nothing is certain, everything is unstable. You can have the best audition of your life and still not get the role, so why are you doing it? Is it for the applause? Because that can go away and sometimes not even happen. Or is it the adoration? Because someone can come in that's prettier or younger or more hip than you. Or is it approval or worthiness? Because, spoiler alert, that has to come from you. You can't get that from anything else. So before you gain this confidence or go out and be an actor, you have to approve of yourself. You have to find that worthiness within you. Do it for you. Create and discover and connect with other people and show the world this story that you're trying to tell. You have something to offer that's worthy to the world of performing. You just have to believe in that. So just keep asking yourself that through the entire process, throughout your entire life. Why am I acting? And it better not be for the money. So that leads us into our next topic of why me? Why can't I have faith in myself in doing this? Well, you have to understand that in acting, there is nothing to be afraid of. We're all in this together, not to quote High School Musical, but you know what I mean. But fear stops us from moving forward. It stops us from experimenting and expressing that true character within. It stops us from creating, and it actually kind of stops our talent as well. In a couple days, we're going to be talking about fear and some different exercises to do when you're auditioning and when you're feeling that nervousness. But you have to get over that judgment of yourself. I mean, imagine Picasso when he was painting. Do you think he was thinking the whole time, oh, what if no one likes this? What if no one buys it? And then he releases nothing. That would be terrible. So just stop judging yourself. Just give it your best and create. You need to celebrate who you are, whether it's in the auditioning room or in a performance or when you get the job or when you don't get the job or in your passions or in your pain. Celebrate who you are because all you have is you, and that's the best thing you've got. So now we're gonna kind of flip over to another side and we're gonna talk about choosing the right monologue. Now I'm saying this because you have this week to find a 30-second to 1-minute monologue to present on Friday, so get started on that. But in choosing the right monologue, you definitely wanna know what your type is. Now this isn't defining you as a person, don't take offense to it when you hear other people talk about it, but it's just categorizing you so that way you can get a job quicker and easier. So for example, if I was gonna choose a monologue from The Little Mermaid, I would probably choose something from Ariel and not Ursula. I'm sure someday I could play Ursula, maybe, but for now I am much more an Ariel. Now, you want to stay within your age range, even if you're fresh out of college and all you did was play old ladies. Well, now you're 21 and in the real world, so try to find something more in the 20s age range. You definitely want to choose material that's self-explanatory. You don't want to have to explain what your monologue is about or what your character is doing or who they are. That should all be within your monologue or just in the way that you're communicating. You also want to find something that shifts in emotion. If you're just yelling the entire time, it's not that interesting and people stop listening. Now you can be mad in your monologue, but just make sure that it's roller coastering, whether it's sad to mad or happy to sad. You just have to have those roller coasters. But make sure you don't have any furniture needed, any props needed, and no excessive movements, because that can also be distracting as well. Good luck and find a good one. All right, so now you've chosen the right monologue, so what's next? You need to memorize. It's really important that no matter what project you're working on, that memorization takes a top priority. You can't really create and have fun with your character until you've got those lines down. There's no substitute for learning your lines early, so just get to it. Even from the first rehearsal, come in with at least some sort of idea of what you're saying. There are some tips for learning a monologue or learning your lines. You can look at the text for clues of what the big picture is, the word association, especially for quick dialogue of figuring out what those little cue lines are. You can write out the cue lines on a card and then have your lines on the back and just kind of quiz yourself. You can find a friend to run lines with you, or you can highlight your lines so they pop off the page, or record your lines or record your cue lines and then be able to say your lines back to it. There's a lot of different ways. Find what works best for you and stick with it. Once you're memorized, forget them completely. I know, acting is weird. Okay, just trust that your body knows the lines and you will have so much more fun on stage or on set, and you'll be able to play more and relax and be more into your character. As we wrap up this first day, what I want you to remember is that the best gift that you can give yourself is your gift of contribution. So your mistakes, your failures, your learning, and your discovering. It's all really great, and I'm so glad that you're able to be in this class because it's in classes and workshops that we're kind of given the excuse to fail. We're given that room, that safe space that you don't often find when you're in rehearsal or definitely not in performances. Believe in yourself and just have fun with this class, and as you're memorizing your monologue, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to figure out where you're at and where you're going and how to grow, all right? So you have the power to inspire others with your art, and just lean into that as you do this.